Hey, what is going on YouTube and everyone that I have seen for the last few decades? So I have done some new updates on certain equipment which I have to address, which is a minor headache. Obviously, right here you can see my microphone, the Rode Video Mic Plus, not sponsored. None of my equipment, none of the stuff that I'm using is sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anything. This is just what I've been using that I bought that people recommended me to use. Over the months that I had this for maybe about a few months already, and I done some new tweaking on the camera. This is the this is one of my cameras that I had already for a year now. I kind of like it, but at the same time kind of hate it because there's not a lot of specs that I should have got. I should have bought the T7i instead of the T7, but I am improvising to work with whatever I got. For now, I am using this $8 HDMI and mini micro, or actually mini HDMI to HDMI out. So I'm connecting it to a flat screen TV over there behind us so I can see what I'm looking at, and as well what more could I adjust to it, because I had through some guessing games of is it recording, is it cut, is it recording, is it cut, and right now the battery's flashing, so I need to replace the battery for a backup battery. This is also recording, and I have to synchronize the audio, which is a gigantic pain in the ass, but I have to work with what I got. For project wise, it might help me for YouTube wise, but when it comes to my freelance job, it will be a little hassle. But I will somehow find a lot of accessories to work with. For instance, I had this. I don't know if you could tell, but this thing is connected to my cell phone that I've been using over the past throughout my years of YouTube and the years since high school. I had it since high school, I believe, or after I graduated from high school. So I have it to connect it to a Radio Shack adapter. If you guys remember Radio Shack, it has an adapter to connect to a microphone and headset. So right now it's connected to this little headset for the output so I can hear myself and making sure it works. And I bought this alongside with the cassette Walkman on eBay for like 20, 15 or 20 bucks, I believe. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Whoa. And I had it for a while now, and it works great. It handles Megadeth really well. So I have that connected to the audio jack, and I have the microphone jack that goes to the Rogue, so I know if I'm actually recording myself. So I had a little hassle with this thing, but now that I see what my mistakes are, I could fix it. And so yeah, where the fuck have I been? So this is one of those videos where I say where have I been or what have I been up to. Technically, there's been a lot of stuff to talk about. So lately, ever since the whole pandemic, I have not filmed anything throughout the prior, including this amount of prior. Was because due to the prior of the whole pandemic, I mainly focus on myself and not on social media. I only go on social media just to see what are my friends are up to, what are my favorite YouTubes are up to lately, and that's pretty much it. And then the rest of the time is just whatever. But I miss coming back to YouTube because I was planning to come back to do either short films or more uh, my Crystal Taco shows or whatever I normally do, and then the nerd. But sadly, the nerd videos will have to be postponed because there was going to be the suspense of getting the conclusion of the Bakugan episode, which it never happened. But it's going to happen, but we don't know when. I don't have any characters or friends to work with right now at the moment because we're all trying our best to stay safe. And so I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit of the nerd videos on the side, making like you guys remember before my channel, I deleted most of my videos because of the whole Kappa or whatever that shit went down on YouTube on the beginning of January. Yeah, I had to delete most of my. I got scared at that time, so I just didn't want to do that. So I just deleted it all, but then I regretted that decision. So I had to upload all of my old episodes and all of my previous videos a while back. And after that, I didn't know what to do. So I wanted to start something fresh. So since the pandemic hit and I was planning to come back with a little of the nerd episodes, uh, there was gonna be this episode to get back to the Bakugan, which has been a year old already, but sadly it hasn't happened right now because what's going on. So I'm gonna have to put a little side skit for the nerd or something for him so you guys could see. Maybe he could watch anime and review it, maybe, or maybe he could do his usual nerd reviews of the AVGS, the anime video game series that you guys know and love. Uh, but sadly, it's kind of tricky. I mean, I could do a behind the scenes of how it all started, how do I do it, but you guys want. So, Q&A. There was that one list on my list about me doing a Q&A, and I could do that, but that depends on everyone. I did get one question, but I'll put that on the side later. Uh, so for me improvising, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to do the usual Chris Otaku episodes, which is what I do best, and bring back the rental review character, which is the movie nerd or the movie guy or whatever. I gotta come up with a better name for him, and just review movies, which is one of the specs of my personality. I love movies, either VHS or DVD, but I don't want to talk about Blu-ray because Blu-ray is not a good thing. Uh, I think that's pretty much it. Because I mean, I've been planning to do this. I mean, trust me. But my room has been taken over with my nephew and niece at the time, and I had to babysit a lot. But that's pretty much it. And plus, I don't know if you noticed, I'm not on my usual old laptop that you saw me in the corner, which I'm like this all the time, and it hurts my ribs. And I moved. This is a huge desk. It's like 1 or 2 feet wide, and I have dual monitors. Well, actually, triple monitors. There's a monitor right here, my laptop, and then this monitor. Sadly, this one doesn't want to. I don't have a splitter, and I'm trying to look for a rec. Do you guys know any splitters that could extend my workspace? So I could have one monitor here, one there, one there that do different things. I tried, but they're all saying that they don't really extend workspace. They only duplicate what one screen does, which sucks. The old TV is here for a little bit, and I have been collecting whatever I could get my hands on nowadays with this whole pandemic. But dude, truth be told, I remember how bad it was when I started this project, but whatever. So I've been busy. I kept myself busy with whatever. So here's what I could do. Here's a little tricky one. Let me start back. To do the nerd episodes, I need an Elgato, and I don't have one. The previous Elgato that I use, I lent it to GBO, lent it to me, but then he lent it to King, and then King lent it to me. But I had to lend it back to him because he needed to finish his gameplay, and I have no clue if he ever did it. And I would like to ask him, but I don't want to put a risk on him or me when it comes just to with this whole pandemic. So I didn't want to put that kind of risk on him. So I'm gonna have to improvise with PCs since I have a variety of collection of games of the PC format, and I could record it. I could audio record. I could do all that sorts. I could like put a little bit of like what you're seeing and go straight to the game, and I could just do my usual reviews right there, or I could do something else. Maybe improvise more on my channel. I'm trying, but I'm like worried would you guys like it. The nerd episodes are a little tricky as well. Most of them are a little tricky because they are all on console ports. I don't think I have any anime games that are on PC ports for the nerd. So most of them are on consoles, like the Xbox 360, PS3, D3S, all that kind of stuff. They're on those platforms, and I have no clue how to record those without that particular Elgato. Without it, I got nothing to review for you guys. I mean, I could do the Mortal Kombat thing where I just take the camera and put it on the screen and just crop it in. But what's the fun of that? That's pretty much it. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to stick to PCs for a while until I figure something out, and then I have to like improvise a lot of my equipment this stuff cost me a few dollars, whatever I could get my hands on. There's like this costed me $300 to get it a while back. The camera I had it for a year already, and I think it's doing the better job for me. Syncing the audio is like the trickiest of tricks. I mean, it's better for me just to connect this to the camera, but the problem is this camera in particular doesn't have an audio jack. It only has HDMI out. The meet one of those older Android charger ports. I think it's called a 3.5 pin or 5 pin, whatever they call those things. And that's it. It's only for data use. I'm not sure they're ever use it for audio, but I've seen people use that for audio. And then there's like a 1.5 audio jack port, which is basically for their shutter and for like a press of a button. Whenever you have to get push the button and like worried about jolting it. That's pretty much all I got for that. I mean, that sucks. And this thing does, and this is one of the good cameras, but I wish I could have got with the T7i, which it has that flip out monitor that I like. I'm used to that, so I can see. But since my TV is right there connected to the HDMI, I'm okay with it. So I'm ranting too much. That's what I do best. I like to rant, depending on what it is on certain topics. But lately, I have been keeping myself very busy. Sometimes I watch a lot of movies and I find a lot of movies, and you're gonna see a lot of those on the movie rentals. This is just basically a standalone where have I been, what I've been up to kind of video. So ever since then, I believe if you guys remember time back when the January Koopa happened, I just want to call it January Koopa. January Koopa when I gotta keep remembering to do that. That's one of the things. Good thing I saw it. I didn't have to do a guessing game. So, in January Koopa, there was an incident where with this whole YouTube algorithm and a lot of bullshit things. I don't want to get into that, but yeah. So sometime then, I think like a few months before that, I was working with other YouTubers, small ones too. I was their editor at the time. They will provide me edit their videos of what they want me to do, how they want me to do it, and what style they want me to do. And usually they reference a lot of famous YouTubers to like you so you could do something like that or improvise it more. But here's the thing, my editing style is just different and basic and sometimes a little bit advanced depending on it. See, because if you guys remember my editing, most of it was just straightforward, and most of it were just playing whatever it is. Sometimes it's funny moments that are the good ones for me, and like the GTA 5 series that I did for you guys on YouTube. I remember a long time I was video editing those, and they were good ones. GTA is like my best main duct tape to edit. There's a lot of funny stuff in GTA. I mainly use references of where I get my YouTube from, editing wise. It's from Vanos. Vanos and his friends were always my main inspiration of getting into GTA editing and doing how somewhat they did it and improvising more. Then there were a lot of other YouTubers that did well, and I used most of their references to get into that and improvise whatever I could come up with my certain topic. But then there would be times where I just do it straightforward and that's it. Like when I first started, my first job was being an editor for some YouTubers. There was one called SteadFast Gaming, which if you go on my Facebook, Crystal Taco's Facebook, uh, you'll see a few videos that I did for them that I worked on, and there was this one video that kind of outshined it all, which was that one Fortnite that they hired, and they did a pretty good job than I did. And I'm all like, well, no offense, he did it because he knows what he's doing and how to do it when it comes to funny parts. To me, it looks like I just did it casual, and for because here's the thing, these guys are like casual gamers. They are funny. They're funny, and they're casual. It's like Game Grumps. They remind me of the Game Grumps, and I did it just like that. I can't over express it enough that I keep trying to tell them that. But they were okay with it. But then later on, I got laid off because there was a lot of stuff going around with work. So I got laid off for maybe like a few months, and then I got hired from another YouTuber in Electrona. I can't say that word. Electrona. You know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna put who I worked with and how long I worked with, and you're gonna want to hear this. It's pretty good actually. So after Steadfast, when I was done with their work, because they didn't have a job for me, and so I was out of work for a while, and pay was kind of small, but it's what you could do for at that time. And at that time, the pandemic didn't even happen. It was a low paid job because they work a lot. It was shit because they work a lot, and I know for a fact for my pay, I mean, usually I charge between $20 to $40. Well, actually 45 if they want to go there. $20 to $40 is fine, but depending on the amount of videos, that's the problem. Sometimes they don't want to get into that. But I remember I get paid for 2 or 3 videos, and then I get paid between 25 or 40. That's it. But then I got laid off because because they would have so much work on their own, and I was at school at that time because I would go to school, do the work all day, and when I'm done, I would stay up all night working on their videos, and I would do like late night all nighters actually, and sometimes I don't sleep at all. That's how good it is. I don't sleep. So after that laid off, just I was like, okay, maybe I'll just take a little break for myself. And then I got hired again from another YouTuber. She was she does live streams mostly, but sometimes whatever she recorded from the live stream and turned into funny moments, she puts it on her channel on YouTube. And I strongly tell you guys that these people that I work with were great. It was pretty great. So I'll put the link in the description to go check out their channels, including their streams. Well, her stream. They don't stream. Uh, but sadly, for me, when I was working for her, it didn't quite go as well because she wanted me to take the live stream video that she recorded, and she wanted me to take out stuff that weren't necessary, and for me to make it. So at that time, so she wanted me to record it and just take out the stuff that were unnecessary and make it straightforward, make it flow well. I did it. It took me maybe a couple of hours because it was like about an hour or 45-minute video, and I had to watch it over and over and over just to see what flows. I watched the video all over, trying to get it right, and then sadly it didn't quite as work out as she wanted to, which was okay, but what are you gonna do? I mean, if it's only funny moments that are funny and good, I could work with it. Because I think I'm more of a funny moments kind of guy. If it's something that's straightforward gameplay or full gameplay that with commentary, and you just want it straightforward, no editing required, no close-ups, no sound effects, or no maybe some sound effects, or references, images, or something like that, then I could do it. But when it's just full gameplay, you don't really need to do much. Just push the record button of the game, and just talk through. That's it. And there's stuff that you don't want, like for me, when I was doing I can try to think back of my full gameplays that I remember doing. In my channel, I remember I played full on gameplay or walkthrough or whatever. Doom 3, the Xbox 360 version. I remember playing fully, and the only thing I cut was the parts that weren't recorded or the parts where I stood still and just keep that going. Cut that part out and let the rest flow. Then I only cut the. Then I only cut if it's over an hour. I only cut it to at least 20 minutes and put it and upload it separately to make it flow right. So some people will go for an hour and people will watch it. And for me, I know most of the times I have to make sure that the audience will be okay with. Like if it's 30 minutes, that's fine. Over an hour, you're probably gonna lose them. And if it's not that presentably good, then just cut it. That's what I do. I remember doing that, and it was pretty good at that time. So if it's just straightforward, no, not much editing, just take out a few things that you weren't even moving or that where you just started recording, then just cut that out. That's what I did. I cut it out. I just cut that out, and I didn't need it. But I mean, I'm not mad. I think she was okay. I'm not mad. So then I got back to working with SteadFast Gaming, which I'm kind of excited for, but there might be some things need to be changed. But I'm fine with that. They sent me their video of their recent Smash video, which I'm not sure if they uploaded, but if they uploaded, I'll let you guys know on my Crystal Taco Facebook, link in the description, and you go watch it. And there were some stuff that I wish I could change, obviously, but you know what, it flows just right because I don't know why some editors want to go close-ups because I know that's like the funny part, but how can you tell? For me, I can't tell. It's like, is that funny? You know? So I didn't want to mess with most of that stuff. I'm more of a funny moment editor, and maybe like a full gameplay that requires if you want me to cut an hour or a few snips to where you weren't moving, then I could work with that. Uh, I'm not really a good editor. I just know from my experience for the past 3 years of me editing and more, because I edit basic. It's just for me, you can tell it's just basic editing. But when I want to go more technical or more advanced, I could do it. There were, if you remember the AVGS intro, that one took me quite a while to edit because there were some snips where I had to get the game, cut it, and put some green screens on a few of them. And I didn't even have green screen. I still don't have it. I just used a fucking poster that I got from a dollar store. It just get me my hands and the controller on the green screen, removed it, used some lighting, and that's it. That's all I did. There were some mistakes that I could have done. I could have put it in After Effects, but it's been a while since I've done After Effects. Premiere Pro is like my duct tape for that kind of stuff. And I believe Photoshop, it's one of my main duct tapes. But that's pretty much it. So, I miss you guys. I mean, I'm not sure when I will upload this because it depends on me. It depends on what's going on, and also I hope you like what I've done with my setup. I mean, this is like partially cramped in a way, but I'm working with what I got. The 3 monitors, a new desk, and I could finally get to play my put my CDs on the CD rack, which is cool. So I get to work with that because I do listen to CDs when I'm editing. And here's the thing: I don't know if they ever noticed this when I was editing their videos. I can't get motivated or I can't work hard rock without listening to either Metallica or Megadeth. Mostly Megadeth will help me speed it up the process because it's watch if you go on SteadFast Gaming, watch the Mario Go Kart, one of the Mario Karts that I worked on with the had Pee Wee Herman and all that I put in there. I was listening to Megadeth, Holy Wars, and I didn't have to listen to their voices. I could just watch their videos hundreds of times while listening to Megadeth hundreds of times, and this process speeds up. You could tell it speeds up. It's like I was on really hard shit, but no, I wasn't on any shit. I was just listening to Megadeth or Metallica at the time. The only Metallica that I would listen to, which is this particular Master of Puppets, would have to be Battery and Master of Puppets. And I think Sanitarium will have to be, and Welcome Home Sanitarium, and then the Master of Puppets and Battery. That's what I listen to, which will if you could listen if you can't hear, you can't tell, but you could see or look at it by watching it, and it feels fast, it feels energetic. That was because I was listening to Metallica and Megadeth, and I never told anyone that, but now I'm telling you guys. But on Electrona, or I don't know how to say her name, I just call her E or whatever. For E, it was that video. You'll never see that video, but whatever, it's fine. That was like about a 2 hour video when I had to get all the videos into one and just take out the unnecessary. And so I would watch it hundreds of times and do a lot of all nighters, which she said don't push yourself, but I still do it because I got nothing going on. So I would watch her videos hundreds of times and edit it and listening to Megadeth which was Holy Wars and Hangar 18. I was literally energetic when I heard that. When I hear that, and you could just tell how energetic the video looks, and I'm just like, what did I do? But you won't tell. You can't tell, but you could somewhat tell if I tell you now. So if I were you guys, watch Mario Kart, and they upload the Smash, the Super Smash, whatever, on the Switch. Watch that one, and I think there was another one. I don't remember. I think it was. You know what? I'll just put the links in the videos of the channel that I worked on and the videos that I worked on the description, and you could just watch it through there. If you want to put Megadeth on it, you're gonna have to sync up. Like you have to play them in the exact same time, the video and the song. But I don't know if you want. But try it if you want. You could tell how fucking fast was I going. I was just rocking it while editing. And there was a lot of other ones. I think there was a unmade Uno video that I did for them, but I don't know if that ever got released. But yep, most of my videos are. If you ever gonna see my upcoming videos, you're gonna tell why it's so heavy and why it is fast and energetic. Because I was listening to CDs. Yes, I still listen to CDs. I don't give a shit. Just I listen to CDs. It's what I do best. So that's all I gotta say, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my what I've been up to. I've been busy, pretty busy, and I'm planning to come back slowly, but surely I am. This has been Crystal Taco, and I miss you guys.